Hey, hello there guys, my name is Vannaka, or maybe I should say Viniki, and welcome to the second episode of my Trailblazer League series. I was incredibly happy to see that the first episode was received so well by you guys, even though I uploaded it quite late, because the first plan was to upload it on the first day of release, but I didn't make it in time, so I decided to just postpone the upload, but you guys enjoyed it anyway, so thank you so much for that. So to start off this episode, I'm gonna show you guys something amazing, because I completely forgot that in the previous league I got myself a pet, and I forgot that you transfer these over to the next league, so I collected my pet at the tutor, and here we go, I got the Tangle Root Pet, and the story behind how I got this is just incredible, so I'm just gonna tell you guys. Because I got this pet by playing the Tithe Farm minigame, and you know, the chance of receiving a pet there is 1 in 7 million. I think that's the best drop I've ever had in my entire life of playing RuneScape. But of course, I'm super happy now because I can use this pet forever in every league. But anyway, let's move on with the actual episode now, and as you can see here, I am choosing a relic right here. I've just gained myself enough points to unlock the third relic, and of course I'm gonna go with the quick shot perk, because I am a ranger, I love the range skill, and it's super overpowered, and I'm also thinking about the future when I want to kill Commander Zilyana in Godwars. Their having range is very nice, and this perk is just so incredibly overpowered that I wanted to go with this one. Now I do want to mention though that even though I'm really enjoying this league, I'm not gonna play it full time because I really enjoy the 1000 only series as well, so I'm gonna still try to upload one per week, or at least one every other week, but at the same time I really want to make progress with this one, so you can expect like 2 types of videos in the upcoming few weeks. So as far as the goals go for this video is that I wanted to get my Slayer up as much as possible so I can kill Kurask, because Kurask is gonna be great for money. They drop so many alcohols, so many good drops in general, that it's gonna be an infinite source for me, for arrows, for runes, for basically everything I need till the end of the league, so that is the goal. But of course I also realize that because this is leagues, I have to think big. I can't just say I'm gonna go and train Slayer, I want to focus on bosses as well. So as you can see in the intro of every episode, I do have like an idea of bosses that I want to kill. Now some of them are probably never gonna happen. For example, the Inferno, I've never done that before, so I doubt that will ever happen in this league. But of course I will go for the Fire Cape and kill Jed, but maybe I will give the Inferno a try. I mean, I have to learn it sometime, so why not now? I mean, with this perk that I just got with the range perk, it will be a bit easier, but then still, I think it's a bit too hard for me, but oh well, we'll see. But if I'm gonna set myself a goal for this league, like one specific goal, then I'm hoping for at least one boss pet, and hopefully in Godwars, but maybe somewhere else, but one boss pet is what I want to go for, and hopefully I can do that in time. Now if we move over to the things that are happening on the screen right now, then you can see that I'm alching some items for cash because I finally made some money from Slayer, and with that money I was able to buy a green dragonhide body. Now of course this is not the best upgrade, but thanks to my relic, the quick shot relic, I will do a lot of more damage and I am more accurate in general, so I guess it will help in the end. Alright, so I basically did some more tasks here and there. We got cockatrices, we also got moss giants and stuff like that, and I realized that every Slayer master gives the same amount of points, gives the same tasks, so it doesn't really matter what master you go to, but just train Slayer, and that is the key to everything. So during this moss giant task I unlocked 55 Slayer, and that means I can then kill Turoth, but the problem with those guys is that you need a broad weapon to kill them. So this can be broad arrows, broad bolts, or a broad like melee weapon, but the problem is that they are very expensive or I cannot use them. For example, broad arrows can only be fired with a magic shortbow or higher, or broad bolts can only be used with a rune crossbow or higher, and those are both items I don't have, and killing them with melee is going to be very slow, so not a good idea. So of course when I actually got this task I decided to skip it because I don't need many points anyway, and I was like, I should continue with training Slayer as much as possible until I have enough money to buy a broad weapon or stuff like that. So I got Anku, I killed those, and those are great for blood runes and death runes. Like honestly, it made me so much money and it's just great. So after killing some more Ankus, I got 57 Slayer. That's pretty nice because one more level and then I can already kill Kurask. Not on a task, but I can kill them because of my plus 12 Slayer boost of course. And I also got 70 range, so if I can get Black Dragonhide or God Dragonhide or something like that, I can use that, which is great. And then I also got the random event Evil Bob, and normally I don't do it, but now I was like, you know what, I can get fishing XP, and that times 8 XP, so why not? So we almost completed the task, and I got myself a loop half of a key, which is of course always welcome for crystal keys in the future, and also 58 Slayer, so that means we can now kill Kurask, which is not on a task, but then still. But then I went to Vannaka and got myself a very interesting task, Tazar. Now I could have chosen to do Jet, but I had no prayer potions, no supplies, so I will do that later. But I did the Tazar and I did not regret that decision. I got a Obby Cape after just a few kills, which was awesome. Now of course what you shouldn't forget is that my drop rate is doubled, because I got the third relic unlocked, and instead of a 1 in 512 drop, it is now a 1 in 256. But anyway, I just kept killing these guys, and they are amazing for XP because they have 100 HP, and I got like 1000 Slayer XP for every single kill. And it didn't stop for just that one Obby Cape, I got much more than that. Because in one single task I got myself an Obby Cape, after that an Obby Maul, and after some more levels I got myself an Obby Shield as well, and to end off the task, another Obby Cape. I mean, that is just insane. Now I gotta say that I'm super happy that we got these double and later on even triple drop rates, because of course the leagues are gonna be here for only 2 months. Now the only bummer is that pets don't have a lower drop rate, so they will still be, for example, 1 in 5000 in Godwars, but of course that is the challenge, so I kinda like that too. But anyway, I continued with my task and got 63 Slayer, and that is actually a very important level because that unlocks Spiritual Rangers, and those drop a magic shortbow, which I need for broad arrows, so that is a key weapon for me to use. So after I got that level, the goal was clear for me. I wanted to complete as many tasks as possible to unlock a new area, Asgarnia, because then I was able to go to the Godwars dungeon, kill Spiritual Rangers and get myself this magic shortbow. So what I first did is that I went to smelt an iron bar, and after that I went to Relica to mine 50 iron ore, which was also a medium task. And the nice thing about that was that with the iron bars I was able to train my smithing level, so I would get level 48 and make myself a steel plate body, which was also a task, so there was a nice combination of tasks there. But I also noticed that I overlooked some really easy tasks, for example equip a spiny helmet or craft a sapphire, or maybe even catch a herring in Lumridge, stuff like that. And basically the plan was to focus on all the easy tasks first, because to unlock a new area it doesn't really matter what task you complete as long as you complete the amount required to unlock the area. But when I saw the chance to cast a blast spell on a duck, I did not hesitate. And this part was quite funny because these guys here did not believe that I would be able to kill the demon in 20 seconds. But of course I had the quick shot relic, so for me it was no problem, and yeah, that was quite a fun moment. Now, what happened after that was quite interesting, because I got the Duns random event for the Book of Knowledge, and I wanted to use this on Herblore, but I was still level 5, so I thought it wouldn't be worth it. So I decided to complete the Karamja Easy Diaries, because this is the only diary that gives you an XP lamp that doesn't require you to be level 30 in the skill. So I did the XP lamp on Herblore, and that way I was level 25, so I could use the Book of Knowledge to get level 28 Herblore in the end. But of course I still needed to do many more tasks to get access to the Asgarnia area, so I went to the water altar to make myself some runes. And then I went to the fossil island, which I, had not done yet. I entered my house for some free points, because I forgot to do that apparently, but I had no idea. And after that I actually started to train my construction, because I needed to build an oak larder in order to get a medium task done, and of course that is something that you always want to do. I also visited the Jatizo and Natisnot islands to access the bank, which was a free 10 points task, so very easy to do. So after that I killed a wall beast in the Lumbridge Slayer cave, and then I went to the lighthouse in Relica to get myself an unholy book for a nice prayer bonus, and also killed a Dagganoth for a medium task. I was getting closer and closer to finally unlocking the new area, so I did some very easy stuff like raking some weeds or drinking a strength potion, and I also entered the Brimhaven dungeon for a task and killed a greater demon there. And the final task I had to do was simply light a torch. Alright then, so after completing all these tasks I finally had access to a new area, and I chose Asgarnia. This is gonna be where the end game of this series will be, because Godwars is located in this area and I cannot wait to get there, but of course before that there's still a lot of stuff that we have to do. Now when I first arrived in Asgarnia, the goal was actually quite simple. I wanted to do as many tasks as possible that I already was able to complete. Because of course it's my second area and I already trained some of my stats, so it's 3 points, and the faster you get to the 4th relic, the better of course. So I did some things such as complete a Falador rooftop, craft a body rune, kill a troll, and also enter the Taverley dungeon and kill a blue dragon and black demon over there. And well, guess what? After that I actually killed my second boss. After killing Breofita, I now also killed the giant mole. Now I know these are not like serious bosses, but then still, they are considered as a boss, so yeah. And after I did all this, my goal was to go to Godwars. And of course not to the bosses, but actually to go there and kill spiritual rangers and hopefully get myself a magic shortbow or kill Aviances for runite limbs so I can make a rune crossbow. That is also very important. So I went to the monastery to get monk robes, I killed some monks of Zamorak for Zamorak monk robes, and got myself an Armadyl book in the lighthouse. So that means that I was only missing a Bendos item, but in the corner I'm gonna kill the creatures are no Bendos creatures anyway, so it didn't really matter too much. To be honest, it felt kinda weird that I was killing monsters in Godwars already. I mean, I didn't see a single person here, but I was here trying to kill the rangers for a magic shortbow. That felt really amazing actually. And I've never noticed this before, but there is a ranger, a spiritual ranger, that is not aggressive. As you can see right now, I'm just attacking a spiritual ranger and he's not attacking me back. I also marked the exact tiles that you have to stand on for it to work, but yeah, this was actually a quite nice trick. But I did decide to go back though for a bit, because I was there for a few hours but did not get the magic shortbow and it kind of felt like a waste. So I decided to go for the 4th relic so I could pick my own Slayer task and of course go to the spiritual creatures then to kill them and train Slayer at the same time, and then also get 12 times XP instead of 8. So I set myself some very useful goals for the account. For example, get a plus 30 prayer bonus, and for that I did have to complete the recruitment drive quest to get the initiate armor. Now once I completed that quest, I decided to make a holy symbol which gives a plus 8 prayer bonus and buy an adamant mace, and that was actually enough to get the bonus, so that was another 100 points earned. So before getting my 4th relic, I only had to do one more thing, and that is get myself a Dorgeshan bow and complete the Lost Tribe quest. That will be enough points for me to actually go and unlock it. And what is of course also very nice is that the Dorgeshan bow only requires the weapon slot, which means I can wield a shield at the same time, and that is nice if I want to kill cockatrice with a mirror shield, or for example go to Godwars and use a God book at the same time. So after completing all these tasks, I finally got myself enough points to unlock the next relic, and I decided to go with the unnatural selection one because that is an absolute game changer. I now get to choose whatever Slayer task I want, and superior Slayer creatures will spawn at a 1 in 25 rate, which is absolutely insane. So after unlocking this relic, I went to Cheldar to get myself a new Slayer task, and this time I would go for a task I would normally never choose, and that is spiritual creatures, because like before I was gonna go and hunt for the magic shortbow. And somewhere I already expected this to happen of course, but when I went here with a Slayer task, it didn't take me too long to get the magic shortbow, only 14 kills, and I'm super happy that we finally can use this weapon now, because the game is gonna change forever now. So I decided to make this trip like perfect and killed some more Aviances to get runite limbs, so I can also make a rune crossbow now in the future, which is also going to be very useful at Commander Zilyana for example. But now, of course, with the magic shortbow unlocked, I was able to use broad arrows, so that means I was able to kill Turoth and at 70 Slayer kill Kurask as well. So I decided to simply skip the rest of my spiritual creature task, because of course I already got myself the magic shortbow, and instead I decided to do Turoth this time. And this is gonna be amazing, because I also got the superior creatures unlocked at a 1 in 25 rate, so Slayer will be so easy to train now. So then I was killing more and more creatures and just thinking about what I could do more instead of just doing Slayer and training range, and then I thought of a new boss to kill because I have unlocked the Fremennik area, and that's a quite interesting area, and of course the Dagganoth Kings are located here. Now even though the Dagganoth Kings are not the strongest bosses in the game, I have to think about the fact that it's quite hard to get there in the first place, because you need a rune throne axe to actually open the door and go, down the ladder. So I decided to start doing birdhouses, because that way I could train my hunter passively, because that is the only way for me to obtain a rune throne axe, because ninja implings actually have them on their drop table. But of course I did realize that it was gonna be a very hard task to get this done, because so many other people would probably be doing the same, trying to hunt implings, and maybe not even just ninja implings, but also dragon implings or magpies or other ones. So I went back to Slayer and got my first superior creature. Look at that, it's a very nice milestone, but hopefully there are many more to come, of course. Now also I finally started to get some better drops, like this Mystic Rope bottom. Of course when you train more Slayer you know you're gonna get good drops eventually, so that was very nice. And I also decided to start training on long range instead of the rapid style, because I wanted to prepare for the Dagganoth Kings, and having a higher defense level is then always a good idea. And then finally, after killing another superior creature, I got 70 Slayer, and that unlocks a Kuresk task. And that is gonna be a game changer for me, because I will be making so much money there, so that will never be a problem anymore. And then after another superior kill, I got a leaf-bladed sword, and that is a very nice drop, because this is not buyable in the Slayer shop, so super happy to have that now. So after that task, I grabbed myself a new assignment, and this time, Kuresk, the goal that I wanted to go for. So basically Kuresk are good for so many things. They drop a lot of alchemies, so I will always have enough money, but also nature runes, so I can use high level alchemy for example. But other than that, they also drop big bones, and then 20 in a noted form, which means I can also train my prayer. What I also really want to say, by the way, is that I really like the design of the King Kuresk. What a huge creature this is, and oh so satisfying when you kill it. 33,000 Slayer experience, guys, it's unbelievable. Now you could have almost forgotten it, but I just now reached level 55 magic, which means I was able to use high level alchemy instead of low alchemy, and that of course is a huge difference for the money making part. Now if I gotta be honest, then at this point the only thing I was waiting for was my hunter level, so I could get the rune thrown axes and get access to the Waterbirth dungeon to kill the Dagganoth Kings. Now I did have some concerns about the Dagganoth Supreme, because he is very weak to melee, but I barely trained this skill, so I was like, maybe I should do a Slayer task at Moss Giants and train some melee there while I waited for the birdhouses to be ready to train my hunter. I also finally had some money for once, so I decided to buy an archer and a berserker helm to help me with my fights. Now I gotta be honest guys, I normally really have a lot of patience, but I really noticed that this was so much slower compared to my range method, because of course I chose the perk for that, so I decided to just skip the melee part and try to train my magic for a completely other reason. I wanted to train more magic so I can make my own hunter kit and train hunters so I could get the rune thrown axe faster. But first guys, look at the drop that I got from this beast. A double leaf-bladed drop. That is so sick, the battle axe and the sword in one. But anyways guys, I trained my magic to level 68, and this was really easy to do because I did Slayer Dart and at the same time I high alped some items, so this was insane XP per hour, and now I was finally able to make myself my own hunter kit and train hunter myself to train it faster than just doing the birdhouses. Alright guys, so from now on things are gonna be very exciting because I had to do only one more thing in order to get to the Dagganoth Kings. I needed 62 hunter to catch ninja implings and then get myself the rune thrown axes. Now training the hunter skill was very easy to do. It took me like an hour to get the required stat. And after that I went to Puro, but that was the most annoying thing ever. I really hate to say it, but everything I did was for nothing. I did not even need to go for the rune thrown axes. Now the problem was that everyone was hunting these guys, so it took me like hours and hours and hours to get only like 10 ninja implings, and none of them gave me the rune thrown axe. So I was like, I need a different plan. I was so incredibly determined to kill these Dagganoth Kings, and I got motivated even more by the League First Sport, because I saw there that nobody killed the Dagganoth Kings yet. So I did guys the impossible, and I may be crazy, but I started an entire new Trailblazer account just to unlock the Fremennik area, so this second account could help me to get past this obstacle that is just insane, but yeah, 1000 only helped me to do this. So I was finally at the place where I wanted to be. Remember guys, when I recorded this, it was day 3 of the leagues, so that was just insane, and I was really happy that I finally got there. So I was like, hopefully I can kill Dagganoth Supreme with range, because of course the perk helped me so much, and yeah, I actually did quite a lot of damage, so it was easier than I expected. But what I never expected was that after killing the first Dagganoth King, I would receive the very best drop, the Archer's Ring. It was completely insane. Now, of course, I do know that I did have the double drop rate because of the relics, but then still, it's a 1 in 64 chance and I got it on my first try. I mean, also the Archer's Ring is the best one for me because I've chosen the range relic, so this is gonna be so incredibly useful for me. Now, I was not gonna leave this place until I killed all the 3 kings, but I had to go upstairs the ladder because the Meleer, the Dagganoth Rex, was on me all the time, and that was very annoying. I had to kill them like separate because otherwise it would cost me too many supplies. Now, as you can see right here, the Major was so incredibly easy to kill because of my range perk, and he is weak to range, so that one is by far the easiest to kill. So after killing Prime, I went to the last one, Dagganoth Rex, and I killed him successfully, and that means that I've now killed all the Dagganoth kings. However, I did notice one thing though, one minor problem. I went up the ladder, and that is something that you shouldn't do because then you do not get your task completed, because there is a task that requires you to kill all the 3 Dagganoth kings without leaving the area, and I did that, so that really sucked. So I was determined to go back and do it one more time, because now that I killed them once, I can do it twice. So I prepared myself another inventory of prayer potions, I collected some food and all that stuff to go back to the Dagganoth Kings and do it one more time. Now I did learn a lot from the first time, so hopefully this time would go a bit better. Now I don't know if this second trip is a sign that the rest of the league will be very lucky for me as well, because I did another trip, I killed them just once, but after killing Dagganoth Prime, I received my second drop, the Seer's Ring. I was completely blown away by this drop because I never expected to get 2 rings in my first 2 trips of Dagganoth Kings, so I was so incredibly happy. Now at this point in time, there was still nobody on the league firsts for killing the Dagganoth Kings, and I already possessed 2 rings, so I was hoping that I would be the first one to kill these 3 bosses. But unfortunately, later on, Jagex tweeted that I was not the first person to do this, which is unfortunate, but of course congratulations to everyone else that has made it to the board. So that is going to be it for this episode, my friends. It may have been a very long one and maybe a bit chaotic as well, but there was so much content and it's so hard to just talk about everything and just not to forget any important stuff, but I hope you enjoyed it anyway. Now the next video I'm going to upload is going to be a 1000 only video next Friday, but I think that next week I will be back with more content about the Trailblazer League. So thank you guys so much for watching, and until next time, bye bye.